Hello. Today I wanted to begin with, no, sorry, this is done and done. Today I wanted to begin thinking about the stitcher. Why is, never mind. And I was thinking about this yesterday, and let me show you. Currently, all the levels generated have the entrance in the roof of the room of each individual dungeon or room. You access through the roof, but that could be a bit problematic for some reasons. Let me show you. Let's make a small diagram. Hello. Suppose we have, how do I, okay, rectangle. Okay, suppose we make the game consisting in an initial level. It's a bit an initial room that has one exit, for example, and it leads to another one. This one has two exits, for example, here and here. And we have two more levels, etc. The possible problem I have is with the proliferation of solutions. I will have to, because some levels have 3 or 4 solutions. So this could be a thing like this, for example, which with another room here, etc. And of course, this this would force me to extend these corridors too much to the left and the right to properly make the game 3. Or I could, in theory, do something like this with some solutions going upwards in some fashion, or even, sorry, even across. Yeah, we of course here we are crossing two corridors, and we could have something like this. Let me canvas size. Let me extend. We could have something like this, etc. But the problem is that the horizontal dimension of the entire game could be too exaggerated, and we need also the global map. I would prefer to be more we could do things like this, or even like this. So with things like this, one cannot predict the complexity of the crossings, etc. So I was thinking about making some entries to the levels be in the sides of the imagine. For example, if I make some levels enterable or accessible by the side walls, I could put some kind of barrier like I have currently the barriers for the exits, but I was thinking about possible ways to avoid the player to push. For example, imagine if the player is entering this level across a door situated here, the player could, in theory, if the entry remains open, could push some box outside. But, well, we have the same problem now that I think about this. We have the same problem here because the player, in theory, could take this box and want to jump here and push the box through the roof. In this case, I put this kind of trapdoor to suggest visually that the player cannot do it. But for horizontal entries, it will be a bit trickier. But there's a problem with the current solutions. We also have that kind of problem, I think. No, because to open the force field, you have to have a shape, and if you remove a box or want to take the box or something, let me search for one level without glue. For example, this one. If we solve this level, no, to access this door, we open it, and if we want to push something through that door, we should grab it first and hence closing it. So this is not a problem with the exits, but could be a problem if this was an entrance, for example. If I enter through here and in some way, for example, I grab, let me make a situation. If I grab this box, it's not so simple. Well, never mind. Surely there are situations like this one, for example. This is easier. If I make this, and then if this was an entry, I could, in theory, want to push this box through the entry. So I was thinking about some visual metaphor, like the trapdoor metaphor used here. Let me add a task. Like this trapdoor, I could add a horizontal trapdoor, but it's a bit forced and arbitrary. I don't know. Or I could imagine, for example, like in Portal, the game Portal, the entries are covered with special force fields that don't allow you to take things with you. But that could work for a more technological visual metaphor, but I don't know. So this is a bit rambly, but I wanted to show that dilemma, that visual representation of the dilemma I have. Let me. Okay, so I wanted to extend the generator to allow for horizontal entries. Let me take a screenshot of this because it's nice. Okay. Let me see. The generator has a constructor for the puzzles. Let me see. What's this? Plants. The player position is set here. After we construct the empty spaces, the global structure of the level, we search for a possible, for a random. Oh, we select a random point that is equal to the max height of the level. For example, in this case, it's only this position. And in this case, for example, could have been this, or this. And the generator selected this one. We should extend this logic. Let me increase a bit the font. We should extend this logic. For example, let me add a Boolean parameter. Or allow side entries. And the main function, we should parse the new parameter. And here, let me see. Max. Let me change this. Let's put it like this. Okay, we are selecting if we allow for side entries. We are putting player in the roof or in some of the minimal or maximal. We have a problem with the, let me check. Entry point. we have this, we will put here. We need to separate this in two cases. And this is right, because we are selecting this case is the left wall, and in this case is the right wall. No, sorry, this is left and this is right. Okay, so the entry point could be, is to the left of the leftmost wall, or to the right of the rightmost wall, or in the above the upmost wall. I'm very bad with English prepositions. Okay, in theory this should work, because we use the entry point. Let me check. Entry point we use here, but yeah, let's the player position. We use this. Okay, let's check. Let's remove all levels once again and make a test. First, we have obviously we are not adding the, let me check, the parameter. We will make the penultimate parameter and put it here. This will take a bit. Okay, let's see. Why is this CoffeeScript plain text, please? Okay. Now we have an entrance to the left here, another to the left, another to the left, one to the right. In theory, it should this should it should be more favorable to I don't know. It's okay. Let's search for entries. Left, 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 right, 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 left, left, left. Obviously, we can search for wall, entry, wall. Yeah, there are some top entries. Okay. Let's generate various random levels. This is a bit let's okay, we have some levels. Let's use it. This is okay, never mind. This should be fixed. Okay, Let's check what happens. Aha, bad player position. This is an assertion I added. Okay. Because let me check. Possible sigil positions. This is, yeah, this is a problem because of the possible doors calculation in the generator. We have a function that is called can be door that returns if a position can be a door. And let me see. This is a bit weird. Why is that condition here? Perhaps to avoid trivial exits. I don't know if I want this, but let me put to do to check later. This is why white space is important, because this conceptually for me is a block of logic. To the compiler is only an if, but to me this is a concept. If I delete this space here, at a glance I cannot distinguish if this is a separate idea, but never mind. Okay, if I above lava, this is not valid. Okay, let's check. This checks if we have other spaces to the right or to the left. Yeah, this is good. What's this? Is the access? This checks for the left. Okay. We should also check for, let me see. We should also check if the position, yeah, if the position is the entry point, we should return false, because the entry is not a door, because doors in this game are the exit positions. Okay, let's make some more levels. Let me pause a bit the recording here. Okay, we have some levels. What's this? The ores per level. Let's check again. Okay, some entries now are horizontal. Perfect. This is a problem. Let me see. We should check if the entry is horizontal. This is weird. Why? Huh? Why was that rock on the air? This is... I know. Because the player... Yeah. See? The player, in the logic of the generator, the player is here. But the entry point for the parser for the game, the player should begin here, because before we had the player fall on the crates. So when we are entering the game here, the situation is not valid because, yeah, we should check. It's not very bad because we should check in the generator. We should make that, and let me check if we are using this no, this is a Sattler. Let me see. Yeah, we have the player position. We avoid generating crates in the player position, which is good. But we also should avoid generating, yeah, we should avoid generating crates in exactly the same column that the player. So this check, let me see. We should, let me think a bit. Yeah, this is obviously good, but also if we are using positive towards up, yeah, and yeah, this, I think the OR has more precedence than the AND, but just in case, okay, if we are in the same column and above the player, we also avoid generating that crate. So let's regenerate. This is a bit weird always to me to delete thousands and thousands of levels, poor levels, only because a bug. Let's check. So now, okay, this is a problem, obviously, because the entry, the door should not be directly above or below the, sorry, the exit should not be directly above or below the player, but never mind, let's fix that later. Now, no crate should be in the air. Obviously, we should add some checks. Let me add let me add this to the to-do. And problems with side entries in general. Okay, so in theory, we don't have, okay. In theory, the horizontal entries are working, and we cannot go right here because this counts as a wall. So let's check. here we have. Now that I think about this, we don't have to use the minimal and maximal horizontal positions. We could, in theory, use any of these as an entry also. But because sometimes the levels have weird geometry, so this is a perfectly valid entry or exit. So perhaps I will add later that possibility, but for now it's good that yeah. So we have possible entries to the left or the right. Let's remove that pesky case from here. If it's the entry point, or no, up, or okay, these cases are also wrong. Okay, this should, let's remove again, regenerate. Okay, let's clean. Let's check. Entry points, horizontal. Well, of course, here, for example, it's interesting because we are we should detect in the game if we are entering this way. We should put the player here to force the situation. In this case, for example, in the top, pay attention. When I enter the level, the player will appear here in the exact entry point. But as we are forcing a fall, it's no problem because the player falls and there is no problem. But when we are entering by the side, we are not forcing that movement. We should, I think, we should force a normal movement or force a move, or simply put the player there. Yeah, let's do that. And let's see, entry, where is the, we are putting the player serial position. No, we are here. Okay, position, player position is pose. In the case of you know what, we could use other symbols, like we could for example, in this case, instead of a V, we could put minus sign, and in the let's search in the leftward doors, we could put a greater than sign. So yeah, it's nice to to have that distinction. So we could, in theory, we could have here indeed toString entry point. How do we detect? We could detect, yeah, we could, in theory, detect, no. We are not so sophisticated. Let's do something much more brute force. This is a bit dirty, but it works. Now, let me check. This is minx, maxx. Okay. Right entry, and for completion, for roof entry. Okay, now in the toString function, instead of this, we could put this much more clear and unambiguous. Okay, now roof entry, left entry, right entry. Okay, now in the parser, let's first regenerate. Okay, let's clean. And in the parser, we could, yeah, in all these cases, we must instantiate. We add the wall. Okay, now if the character was a left entry, we force the player to the right. Sorry, the player position. This is when we are using this player position. When we enter, no? Play level, sorry. Play level, player position. Yeah, we are setting the player position using that information. Okay, now, if it was a left door marked with a greater than sign, we move the player to the left, to the right, and if not, to the left, and perhaps if it was a roof entry, we move it down, because it's a bit weird that the player begins inside the trapdoor. So this should, in theory, work. Let's put else here. Let's try. Okay. Obviously We are using the old levels. No. Let me see. Levels. We have left and right. Okay. Why? Pos plus. Let me check if C is B or less than or right or greater than. Let's see, we are adding the position and why is this? Let's check again. Sorry. The dangers of copy paste. Okay, now it should work. Let's see. Great. Here we initiate there. Here we initiate there. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now the trapdoor, obviously, we should rotate. Let's see. Rotation degrees or rotation dot. How is this? This is in radians. No, let's rotate around the Z vector axis C, I think. No, this is axis C. What's this? Axis. No, this is an enumeration. Forward. The vector forward. 90 degrees. That is tau over 4. Sorry, this is only if we are in this condition. I think the signs here are correct, but I'm not sure. Let's check. No, it's the other way around. It's always weird, the rotations in Godot. Okay, perfect. The right trapdoor, and let's search for the left trapdoor. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Nice. It's interesting to work in 3D. Sometimes it's better than 2D because you can adapt many assets. Of course, this is ugly. I added the nice trapdoors here, but you can adapt many assets to work simply by using the fact that you are inhabiting a 3D world, so you don't have to draw the different positions or rotations of objects. In this case, it's trivial, but sometimes it's a bit arduous. Okay, I think this is good progress. Yeah. Let's end here end the video here. Thanks for watching. Please press like if you like this kind of content, and share it with people that could learn or enjoy. And you can also support me with the links down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.